Solomon 15 and verse it's like in 15 and in Wisdom of Solomon 15 and 12 it says, but they counted our life a pastime and our time here a market for gain. For say they, we must be getting every way, though it be by evil means. And I was talking about somebody that makes, they devise idols and sell them for a living. Demetrius.
Diana. Yeah.
Yeah, where he created the shrine, he used to create the idols and the shrines for Diana of Ephesus. Yeah, he made all the idols. He basically established a business of selling idols.
You go in the Northern Kingdom house, and they got the little shrine with the Virgin and all that shit with candles and stuff by it. I seen that shit. I'm like, Jake bugged out, man. Same thing. Everything's reincarnated.
Yeah. They're capitalizing off of your idolatry. If I could get this real quick. Wisdom of Solomon 13 and 1, it says, surely vain are all men by nature who are ignorant of the Most High and could not out of the good things that are seen know him that is, neither by considering the works that they acknowledge the workmaster, but deem either fire or wind or the swift air or the circle of the stars or the violent water or the lights of heaven to be the gods which govern the world.
I was just going to say, they gave that energy as the highest powers of their belief instead of those that created all of
Don't
that.
get the Most High no credit.
Right.
Jake today don't get the Most High no credit. I want to thank my mama. I want to thank, they sometimes they say God, but they talking about the other. They talking about Esau. They talking about Satan. They don't get the Most High no credit. Ungrateful ass niggas, man.
It says, with whose beauty, if they being delighted, took them to be gods, let them know how much better the Lord is of them. For the first author of beauty have created them.
Yeah.
Both sides.
Right. What's the one? It's like, make your point, my fault.
No, I'm saying like he formed, the heavens, the constellations, the sun, the moon, and the stars, going back to Genesis.
Yeah.
And that wasn't, the Lord didn't put that there for us to worship. He put that there to be an ordinance forever and ever. To separate the night from the day. All right, he used it as a time to govern the time, the season, the days. The days that we got to keep certain feasts. How to tell months that we're in, what days and weeks. Basically like a calendar, man.
That's been new moon represents the calendar month because the word moon means month.
The nations, they take that and whatever goodness they take from it, that's a reason to worship. Because that's how brutish these heathens are, man. They're beasts by nature.
Yep.
That's something to worship. That's something to bow down to. It gives us warmth. It gives us light.
It helps our plants grow.
Life comes, the life cycle comes from it. They worship the act of sex.
Yeah.
For the act of sex, which brings fertility.
Yeah.
Fertility guys.
Yeah.
It's like
and Jake get it. And Jake, them black unconscious niggas.
Yeah.
That's the energy that they own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder what the black unconscious community has to say about Halloween.
Ain't got nothing to talk about that. I ain't seen nothing. Is that funny?
They participate.
I got a pre real quick. You had something for us still?
I think that was the point. Okay.
Psalms 96 and 5. For all the gods of the nations are idols, but the Lord Yahweh made the heavens.
Right.
That's plain, man.
It's yours, buddy.
Because really, at the end of the day, all these other gods that these other nations serve, it just goes back to some form of deity that started in the figment of a man's imagination, and then they came up with the the mythology
Down like 21.
to coincide with commemorating that idol. That's why the scripture said we have not followed cunningly devised fables.
Yep.
Now, fable is a myth. It goes back to mythos, mythology. All right. The whole creation story going back to the Egyptian gods. That's mythology. You literally believe that the galaxy and the universe was created by a single deity busting a nut, man?
That's that Big Bang Theory shit.
Yeah, man. Come on, man.
And everything that we see, that's how it came about. By busting a damn nut. He saw some straight pervert, man. But like you said, that goes back to the Egyptians. Hamites,
The Hamites were the original perverts.
Yeah.
You know? That's where they all get it from. They freaks.
Esau just took it to a whole nother level.
Yeah, man. And somebody get a Deuteronomy 4. 4 and like around 17, 18.
This Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 17. The likeness of any beast.
No, start up the verse. And then read down to
Deuteronomy 4:15. Take ye therefore good heed unto yourselves, for ye saw no manner of similitude on the day that the Lord spake unto you in Horeb out of the midst of the fire, lest ye corrupt yourselves and make you a graven image, the similitude of any figure, the likeness of male or female, the likeness.
It goes into carving out statues of people that you idolize and worship. You know, that's wickedness, man. That's what the heathens did. Remember Dagon?
Yeah.
What happened?
Isn't that what the Pope?
Oh yeah, his hat.
Yeah. That's all rooted in idolatry. It's paganism.
What's the one with the bull, Taurus? It's a pagan god that they. No, Molech's an owl, right?
Molech used to be a bull, but he's an owl now.
He's an owl now.
Yeah.
There was another one that was a bull, I think. It's a bunch of idols, man. Bullshit, man.
Now remember, like that's dealing with Dagon when I think it was the Philistines, and they erected it. And it was during the time when they took the Ark of the Covenant.
Yeah.
And the Most High was fucking their ass up. He plagued them with hemorrhoids. And they also tried to use Dagon to try to combat, but Dagon kept falling over. And then they came back and picked them up, and they was trying to, the Lord was showing how dumbfounded their whole custom was. That's material. Man formed that. That don't have life. That don't have power.
His name is Apis. Apis, the Egyptian god of fertility. But we know all these gods are reincarnated into different societies, different captivities or bullshit.
It's showing the difference of the living power versus the diet. It's all about Dagon. It's all of it.
Verse 17. The likeness of any beast that is on the earth, the likeness of any winged fowl that flieth in the air, the likeness of anything that creepeth on the ground, the likeness of any fish that is in the waters beneath the earth.
Dagon.
You know, the Christians love having that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Tie them right into the post.
And unless thou lift up thine eyes unto heaven, and when thou seest the sun and the moon and the stars, even O the host of heaven.
I'm gonna say this: there's a full Dagon breakdown that the Catholic Church goes into about why I'm gonna make you fishermen, fishers of men. The Lord fed people with 3 loaves of fish. Like it just keeps going, but missing the point of what this thing is about. So when you hear people going into that, going into the power of the fish or bigging up a fish, you know that they're going that they gone into.
And for you Muslims, you think you worshiping Allah, you think that's the Most High. Why you think the symbol that the Muslims have as a crescent moon there?
Yeah.
It's a worship of the moon. We know that the Kaaba, when they had before they put the rock up in there, it was known as a place of worship for 365 different deities.
Yeah. I think it might be you that said it.
And then Hubal, remember the deity Hubal was who they worshipped before they started worshiping Allah.
Yeah. And you said, I remember you bringing up all those deities inside this damn orgy of deities, just, and they're just, worship whatever you want, freaking.
Yeah.
Whatever you want, you can worship it in there.
Yeah.
Like the Heavenly Father wasn't watching inside there. That's how people really believe they can get in there and be safe to do that in there, and their blessings will come out in the earth. Well, now the Heavenly Father's dashing down everything now. All that's got to be cleaned up out the earth.
Which the Lord that power hath divided unto all nations under the whole heaven.
Which the Most High divided, so he basically, these other nations, he divided that so that the heathens can worship that. But us, we supposed to worship the creator of that.
Yep.
Which proves that we're on a higher level than these other nations.
And
But Jake don't carry themselves like that.
And the understanding of it is when you really psychologically see it, it's like, I'm going to give y'all what you should be doing, but I'm going to let all your little friends do all this other shit out here. But you better do what I told you. I don't care if they're distracting you and making you want to do that. Mm-hmm. You need to choose your friends more wisely. That's why he separated us from them. And so when you think about it that way, you start to see like, damn, these people don't know what the hell's going on. Because we're the ones, that's why on the second covenant, we're going to have to teach the heathen. So they can understand how to live on the earth righteously. We'll know it'll be written in us. We hadn't perfected it yet until it's written in us. But we're going to have to teach them how to keep it.
Hey, even going back to the history when the Assyrians came into power and they captured the northern tribes out of Samaria and they put all those heathens up in there. The priests had to basically teach them how to keep the laws in the land because the Lord was sending lions and shit.
And plagues and killing up people.
They was over there and they was bringing their idols for them and worshiping idols. The Lord didn't play that shit. So what happened? The priests taught them how to keep the ways of the land, but they still was worshiping their own gods.
Yep. That land wasn't supposed to have that worship on it.
Yeah.
According to the laws of Moses.
I got a
Hey, somebody get Isaiah 40 and 15, and then somebody also can get 2nd Ezra 6 and 50.
Okay, come.
Because it goes together.
And then I got Isaiah 44 also.
Yeah. Whichever order.
I go to 40.
I got Isaiah 40.
Yeah, if you don't mind giving me the other one.
56, I got it.
The 15. So I'm looking at 54. Isaiah 40, verse 15, it says, matter of fact, we'll start at 14. It says, anyway, 14, it says, which whom took he counsel?
Where are you at?
Isaiah
what?
40.
40 and what?
And 14. I'll go right to 15.
Okay,
I'll go right to 15. Because it was leading into it, but I'll just go right to 15.
Good.
It says, behold, all nations are as a drop of a bucket, and are counted as the small dust of the balance. Behold, he taketh up the isles as a very little thing. And Lebanon is not sufficient to burn, nor the beast thereof sufficient for a burnt offering. All nations before him are as nothing.